Welcome to Engineering Funda family. This video is a part of network theory lecture series, and in this video I'll be going to explain you G parameter, and that is also referred as inverse hybrid parameter. In my previous videos of network theory, you can see how hybrid parameter is there, right? So with respect to that only G parameter is there, that is inverse of H parameter, right? Now to explain G parameter, how many things that I'll be going to cover here in this video. So see, first I'll explain you applications of G parameter. After that I'll explain you how we have modeling of G parameter in two-port network with its equations. Then I'll tell you how to have a measurement of G parameter. After that I'll explain you how we can make equivalent circuit of two-port network using G parameter. And at last I'll tell you how we can have conversion of G parameter into H parameter and vice versa. So let us start with first agenda, that is applications of G parameter. Now see, G parameter that has been used in junction field effect transistor. So in JFET you will be using G parameter. H parameter that has been used in transistors modeling, right? But G parameters that is been used in JFET's modeling. That's why this is very essential. When you model field effect transistor, at that time you will be making equivalent circuit of field effect transistor using G parameter. So that we will see it in analog electronics part, right? Here I'll explain you G parameter with respect to two-port network. So let us write first the application of G parameter that is there in JFET. Now I'll explain you G parameter, or you can say inverse hybrid parameter in two-port network. So let me draw two-port network first. So you can observe here we are having two-port network. In that this is my port 1, that is also referred as input port, and this is my port 2, that is referred as output port. Now with this two-port network, here we are having voltage V1 at input port and current going inside, that is I1. At output port, here we are having voltage V2 and current going inside, that is I2. So this is two-port network. Now when we talk about G parameters, then with G parameters, independent variables are V1 and I2 and dependent variables are I1 and V2. So I'll explain you how I1 and V2, that is dependent variable in G parameters. So when you write equations of G parameter, at that time that equations will be there based on I1 and V2, and these are dependent variables, and V1 and I2 that is independent variable. So I should be making equation as per, you see, V1 I2, that is how I am writing V1 I2, right? And see, I1 that is depending on V1 and I2, and V1 and I2 those are independent variables, right? So equations will be I1 is equals to G11 V1 plus G12 I2, and V2 equation that will be G21 V1 plus G22 I2. So that is how G parameters equations are there. And if you see H parameter, so in that V1 I2 those are dependent variables and I1 V2 those were independent variables, right? So G parameters variable were opposite compared to H parameter variables. Now if you want to write these equations in form of matrix, then you can write that as per, you see, I1 V2, that is what over here, that is equals to G parameter matrix, that is G11, G12, G21, G22 into matrix of V1 I2, right? So that is how in form of matrix we can represent G parameters. You see I1 is equals to G11 V1 plus G12 I2, and V2 is equals to G21 V1 plus G22 I2, right? That is how matrix form is there, right? Now I'll explain you how we can have measurement of G parameter. So when you want to measure G parameters, at that time you will have to see these equations, and in that, as if you want I2 is equals to 0, in that case you will have to make port 2 as open circuit, right? So in that case I2 will be 0, and you will be having G11, that is I1 by V1, and G21, that is V2 by V1, right? So let us keep port 2 as open circuit, so I2 is equals to 0. So when you keep port 2 open circuit, I2 will be 0. So I can say G11, that is I1 by V1. You see G11 will be I1 by V1 when I2 is equals to 0, and G21, that is V2 by V1 with I2 is equals to 0. Now what is the name of G11? So you see that is current by voltage, and that is input current by input voltage, as 1 is there, right? So I1 by V1, that is input current by input voltage, means this is open circuit input admittance. Now you see G21, that is a ratio of voltage, and you see that is output voltage divided by input voltage. So you can say that this is open circuit forward voltage gain. Forward is due to it is output by input voltage, right? So here you can say G21, that is V2 by V1, that is open circuit forward voltage gain. As if you want to measure G12 and G22, so in that case you should provide V1 is equals to 0, and to provide V1 is equals to 0, we should provide short circuit at input, right? So let us provide short circuit at port 1. So as if you keep port 1 as short circuit, V1 will be 0. So as if V1 is 0, then you can have G12, that is I1 by I2, provided V1 is equals to 0, and you can have G22, that is V2 by I2, provided V1 is equals to 0. Now what is the name of G12? You see, so that is a ratio of current, and that is what? Ratio of input current by output current, means it is reverse current gain, right? And here we are providing short circuit at port 1, so I can say G12, that is short circuit reverse current gain. Now what is the name of G22? So you see that is the ratio of voltage by current, right? And that is a ratio of output voltage by output current. So what is that? That is output impedance. So you can say G22, that is short circuit driving point output impedance. So that is how we can have a measurement of all 4 parameters with G parameters, right? Now I'll explain you how we can form equivalent circuit of G parameter by using these 2 equations. So let me take these 2 equations first. Now first of all, what I'll do is I'll be making 2-port circuit, right? So here you see we are having port 1, which is having voltage V1 and current going inside, that is I1, right? And over here we are having voltage V2 and current going inside, that is I2, right? So that is how we have 2-port network. Now if you see these 2 equations carefully, then you see this first equation, that is based on equivalent current, and that is with respect to input, right, as I1 is there. So here we should be applying KCL, right? Now you see what will happen. I1 is G11 V1. So what is G11? You see G11, that is admittance, right? So here all you need to do is you need to connect one admittance over here, that is G11, and G11 into voltage V1, that will be current. So I1 that is getting bisected inside G11 V1 and G12 I2. Now what is G12? You see, G12 that is short circuit reverse current gain, right? So current gain into I2, that is current, right? So here I should be providing current source, and direction of current source should be downward, and the value of this current source should be G12 I2, right? So that is how input side circuit that we can have, right? Now at output side, you see we have voltage V2, and here we need to apply KVL. Now G21 V1, let us try to understand that. So you see G21 is what? V2 by V1, right? So that is forward voltage gain, and forward voltage gain into V1, that will be voltage source, right? So here I need to provide one voltage source with polarity plus minus, and it should be G21 V1, and in KVL in series with that we need to connect G22 I2. Now you see in this link current is I2, right? Now what is G22? G22 is short circuit output impedance. So here I should be connecting impedance of G22, right, into current I2, right? So you will be having V2 is equals to G21 V1 plus G22 I2, and here I1 is equals to G11 V1 plus G12 I2 as per KCL, right? So this is how we can have equivalent circuit of G parameter. Now my dear students, as I have told you initially that G parameter, that is inverse of H parameter. So how to identify relation in between G parameter and H parameter, right? So when you want to calculate G from H, then just take inverse of H, and when you want to calculate H from G, then you just take inverse of G, right? Now how to calculate inverse? So for that I have already told that you should find adjoint of H divided by magnitude of H, right? So that is how we can have inverse of H, and similarly for inverse of G we should find adjoint of G divided by magnitude of G. That is how we can find inverse of G, right? Now how to find adjoint? So see, H parameter that you should know. In H parameter, here we should have H11 and here we should have H22. So we need to replace that over here. So here there should be H22 and here there should be H11. That is how adjoint will be there. And these two elements that should get multiplied by -1. So here there will be minus H12 and here there will be minus H21 divided by magnitude of H, that will be H22 H11 minus H12 H21. Similarly with H calculation based on G, adjoint of G, that will be, you see these two elements that should get replaced. So here G22 that should be coming over here and G11 that should be coming over here. And these two elements that should get multiplied by -1. So here G minus G12 and here minus G21, that is how it should be there. And divide by magnitude of G is G22 G11 minus G12 G21, that is how it is there. So this is the way by which you can find relation in between G and H. I hope you have understood this. Still, if you have any confusion, then just place that in comment box. I'll be definitely try to help you out for same. Thank you so much for watching this video.